Hello students, in today's session we are going to learn rationalize the denominator. Number system chapter number 1 class 9th for exercise 1.5. So let's start. So second question of this exercise 1.5 says simplify each of the following expressions. So first is given 3 plus root 3 multiplied by 2 plus root 2. So here, as in the algebraic expressions, we multiply the quantities like these. So in the same way here also we will multiply, as this 3 multiplied by the quantity inside of the second bracket 2 plus root 2, and then plus 3 again multiplied by the quantity inside of the bracket 2 plus root 2. So here its solution like this, that 3 multiplied 2 plus root 2 plus root 3 multiplied by 2 plus root 2. Then 3 into 2 becomes 6. 3 into root 2 is 3 root 2 plus 3, this is root 3 into 2 becomes 2 root 3 plus root 3 into root 2 is root 6. Now here, as in algebraic expressions, we add or subtract the like terms. In the same way here also we will find out the like terms. Now 6, no integer is there. 3 plus root 2, and here it is 2 plus root 3. So the quantity that is in the square root are different. So 3 root 2 and 2 root 3 are the two different numbers. So there is no addition between these two. And again that root 6 here. So here this root 6, there is no another quantity which has root 6. So all the 4 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the 4 terms in this are different from each other. So here we get the answer for 3 plus root 3 into 2 plus root 2 is 6 plus 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3 plus root 6. Now in the same way, let us solve one more problem, that's problem number 3 of the same question. Under root 5 plus root 2 whole square. Now here again by the algebraic identities we have a plus b whole square. So a plus b whole square, we have a square plus b square plus 2ab, where we get that a is equals to 5 and b is equals to root 2, that a is root 5 and b is root 2. So only we have to put the values of a and b here. Then we get root 5 whole square plus root 2 whole square plus 2 into root 5 into root 2. Now here root 5 whole square becomes 5, root 2 whole square becomes 2, and here root 5 into root 2 becomes root 10. So in the next step we get 5 plus 2 root 10. Now these two 5 and 2 are the integers, they are positive integers, so we get 5 plus 2 is 7, so 7 plus 2 root 10. Now both the terms are unlike terms, so we get the answer for under root 5 plus root 2 whole square is 7 plus 2 root 10. Now let's do the rationalization of the denominator. So question number 3 says rationalize the denominator of the following. First problem is very simple. It is given 1 upon under root 7. Now 1 upon under root 7, here the denominator is in terms of which type of number? Correct, irrational number. Now here the denominator is in the square root. So the quantity which is in the denominator we have to multiply and divide by the quantity which is in the denominator. So like this, the quantity in this term 1 upon root 7, the denominator is root 7. So we have to multiply and divide by root 7 in this 1 upon root 7. So we get 1 upon root 7 into root 7 upon root 7 becomes In the next step, 1 into root 7 is root 7. Okay, here the root sign is missing, so let us draw the root. 1 into root 7 is root 7 upon root 7 into root 7, that is root 7 square. In the next step, we get root 7 upon 7. So here the quantity in the denominator is now in the form of an integer. So here we can say, by the rationalizing of the denominator, 1 upon root 7 is root 7 upon 7. Let's solve the problem if in the place of denominator the two square root numbers are subtracted or added, or if one of the quantity or one of the term in the denominator position is in square root and another is not. Like these problems we can solve using the rationalization of the denominator. So let's consider one problem as third of this third question, 1 upon under root 7 minus root 6. So here we observe that the denominator, the quantity which is in the denominator is root 7 minus root 6. So both are the number root 7 and root 6 are in the square root sign. So the quantity this in the denominator we have to multiply and divide by this quantity in the numerator we have to multiply, and the denominator also we have to multiply the same quantity, but with the different sign. As in this term it is given root 7 minus, so here the sign between these two terms is minus. So when we rationalize the denominator, this sign we have to take opposite. If this is minus, so we have to multiply and divide the same quantity with positive sign, and if the positive sign is there, so we have to multiply and divide the same quantity with minus sign. So here it is minus sign, so we will multiply it and divide it by the same quantity but with the positive sign, like this. So 1 upon root 7 minus root 6 multiplied by root 7 plus root 6 upon root 7 plus root 6. Observe here, this is the minus sign, but when we multiply and divide, this sign changed, it becomes positive. So if the sign is negative, place the positive sign. If the sign is positive, place the negative sign. Now do the multiplication. 1 into root 7 plus root 6 becomes root 7 plus root 6. Now here in the second two terms in the denominator, these two terms are multiplying, root 7 minus root 6 multiplied by root 7 plus root 6. This is nothing but the identity is a minus b into a plus b. So as we know that a minus b and a plus b and the quantity same with positive sign. This is the algebraic identity, a minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square. So we can write it as a square minus b square. For root 7 minus root 6 wholes root 6 and root 7 plus root 6, we can write it as root 7 square minus root 6 square, like this. So in the next step we get root 7 plus root 6 upon root 7 square minus root 6 square. Now here, as we know that root 7, that means root 7, or we can say in general, if square root of a has whole square, then it becomes only a. Okay, so here these two quantities becomes 7 minus 6. So we get root 7 plus root 6 upon 7 minus 6, and in the denominator position subtraction of 7 and 6 becomes 1. So here we get root 7 plus root 6. So now we can say that rationalization of the denominator of 1 upon root 7 minus root 6 is root 7 plus root 6. So in this way we have to find the rationalization of the denominator. Remember the process. Whatever the quantity given in the denominator position, that denominator quantity we have to multiply and divide in the numerator, and the denominator, the same denominator quantity we have to multiply, but with the opposite sign between that two terms. Okay, so I hope you will solve the problems of rationalization of the denominator.